Hello everybody, this is N.M.P.D. here, and today
I don't even know.
I'm going to be talking about the simple fact that you're there to go to work, do your job, maybe get paid that day, and then go back home. This is not something I do off the bat early on, but I'm going to have to anyways because times have changed when it comes to YouTube. If you could leave this a like, that would very much appreciate it, because this helps out reaching out to engagement now, and it could possibly have a chance to be put out there on the spot. Basically spreading the word, so if you could do that, I would really appreciate you. Anyways, so you simply work, do your job, go home, maybe get paid that day, like I said before, right? Apparently doing that could get you into a bit of hoopla by your coworkers and boss and supervisors if that's a thing from your job. And it doesn't matter where you work at neither. Blue collar, white collar, everybody's gonna be facing that problem, unfortunately. What they'll do from the start when you're new to the job, they'll act nice to your face. Then they will start asking you personal questions that really should not concern them to begin with. Like your interests, your beliefs, your hobbies, passions, and most of all is that they will question you what you think about your boss or other coworkers, which, and I gotta say, don't answer it honestly. Just say, I don't even know, or something. That you might as well pull a Jeffy, or just pretend that you like your coworkers and your boss, even if you really don't. And if you can't even fake it to make it, and you really don't want to go there, you might as well just say, I don't even know. Just pull a Jeffy. In my experience from my previous first ever job, I've answered that question a bit too honestly, with a couple of racist, loser, weirdo assholes. And let's just say that that rat ended up ratting me out on the next time I worked there, when I found out that two other random coworkers were talking about me behind my back over it and acting all weird in the process. Overall though, in that situation, they were clearly all in on it. They clearly knew each other. They clearly all were associated. So it does make sense that they were just a bunch of racist weirdos. And they were definitely like that because they basically proved my point and suspicions to be in fact correct. And another thing they might actually try to get into with you is something that I have witnessed myself on my previous job is politics. Yeah, we all know where that's going. Look, I personally do not give a damn what side you're on, but you are better off to keep all that to yourself. Do not bring it up to your job. Do not bring up anything in your private life that you want private involved in your job. Because I'm telling you, what they will do is that they will take that information, that vulnerable information, and they will spread it like wildfire, basically gossiping your ass. That is exactly why you need to keep your information to yourself. You don't have to tell your coworkers any of that. Unless if they talk about work, talk about work. But anything outside of work that has nothing to do with the job in question, you don't have to tell them a damn thing. You're not obligated to, and you don't owe them that at the end of the day. So that's why I say it's okay to push back. It's okay to have your boundaries gate kept. Because here's the thing when it comes to boundaries. They sure try their damnedest to try to break it. If your boundaries consist of not befriending your coworkers, not wanting to get to know them, or even partaking those happy hour holiday after work events, or if your coworkers are a bunch of asshole bigots and you want absolutely nothing to do with them, then that is ultimately your choice. You have every right to not want to associate with that. You shouldn't be forced to do that. If doing that goes against your principles and or boundaries, then you have every right to push back. And that's what these specific coworkers try to do. They try to get into your life thinking that they are involved somehow, and especially acting like they know you, which that genuinely pisses me off personally, because I am sick and tired of motherfuckers thinking that they know me when they clearly don't. And if you think these guys aren't annoying enough, oh man, they really love to take things way too far. They will go as far as to dig in what your social medias are, and they somehow find out, which happened to me with this channel that I have. I will say it, and I will say it again. I did not mention anything about it on the job, and I never said anything about it. Somehow, they knew. They stalked me by any means in order to find out what I do behind the scenes. I'm not sure what else they've been peeping with what I do, but that is as far as I know. And right off the bat, as soon as I found out, because these guys clearly were a bunch of loudmouths, they don't know when to keep it shut, when I'm around, of course, when I put two and two together and found out. That genuinely creeped me out. And to this day, I still want answers, but I do have a theory, which I've already explained. I'm not sure if anybody else had experienced that before, but I sure have, and I gotta say, say that was definitely not a fun experience indeed. As if I didn't have a choice in the matter. That shit was just so weird. It was just so goddamn weird. That is how far they're willing to go when it comes to finding out who you really are behind work. They really don't know how to take no for an answer, apparently. Just like their first rejection of their high school crush, instead of accepting it and be like, whatever, or something, they decided to not take no for an answer, and they will go through by all means to make them hers. You know, I've realized that these workers, especially when they're like in their 30s, 40s, they sure don't act their own age, man. They act like they're 12 years old in their mind, trapped in an adult body. Work is like a high school 2.0 for them. So goddamn weird. I will never understand it. I'm 24 and I sure as hell feel more mature than they can ever be.
Oh, but Mr. N.M.P.D, why don't you try to fit in?
Fit in? You do realize that people don't want to fit in. That was never the intention. They are literally there to do their job, clock in, clock out, go home. That's it. That's all there is to it. They never had any intentions to fit in the quote-unquote team, because these guys want you to stoop as low as them and stick to their level, which is something that obviously most of you don't want to do. You want to try to evolve, you want to try to do better at your job and not be like them. But unfortunately, when it comes down to hard work, that won't matter because nobody will acknowledge it nor appreciate it. People that barely try and make a weirdo out of themselves on purpose somehow get rewarded, but the ones who actually put in the effort, actually put in the hard work, they're the ones that don't get shit and usually are the ones that get punished. Especially when you don't bother partaking in happy hour or those damn holiday parties. You might actually face some kind of consequence, all because you made the willing decision not to go there. Not that it happened to me personally, but I've seen through other people's experiences in the comment section throughout other videos like this, they ended up getting some shit over it. And that's honestly fucked up in so many levels. If you really aren't into that kind of stuff, then you don't have to go. You shouldn't be forced. Nobody should ever be forced to get into stuff like that, man. Because that goes against the First Amendment right, technically, and it's not like it's a requirement for the job. And again, you are not obligated, and you don't really owe that to anybody when it comes down to it. If your boss and coworkers question you why you didn't go that day, just say that you were busy. Don't be brutally honest with it. If you do be brutally honest with it, saying that you're just there to get paid and go home, they might actually fire you. Somebody in the comments section on YouTube when I was looking through those videos did in fact ended up being a bit too honest with why they didn't participate. They ended up getting fired. Not like immediately, but a little later on, they definitely got fired. So you could easily put two and two together that that is the exact reason. And if that really is true, their boss is a goddamn coward. Out of all the legitimate reasons you fired your employer, it's the fact you got butt hurt because he didn't bother partaking in your damn party, because he wasn't in your happy hour, your little tea party you got going on. If anybody legitimately got fired for that specific reason alone, is just... unreal, man. Just unfriggin' real. Also, a little advice. Don't look flashy at work. Don't wear any necklace or bracelet-like accessories, because if you do those things, they're gonna act weird, and they will make up a bunch of assumptions of you. Like in my situation one time, I remember wearing this one necklace that's basically like a cross. I wore it because it looked cool, and some middle-aged Karen was acting all weird with it too. Like, I can easily tell. She wasn't saying nothing to me to my face, but I can just easily tell. And of course, like the loudmouths they all are, I can hear it behind my back. She has apparently accused me of not being a Christian/Catholic. And shocker when I say this, she is right. I'm not. I never confirmed it, nor was I ever acting like a phony about it. I wore it because the damn thing looks cool. Am I not allowed to wear it? Would it be much better if I wore a upside down cross with a goat on it? I'm gonna stop it right there before I really start to lose it. When it comes down to it, when you're there to actually do your job, get your pay, then go home and actually relax. You're better off keeping your head down. Don't get involved into anybody's shenanigans. Keep your private life private. Don't tell any of them what you do behind the scenes. Don't let them try to antagonize you as well. I get that they are the ones that ended up starting it at the end of the day by trying to piss you off, but that is exactly what they want you to do, so don't fall for it. Do not give them that satisfaction of that kind of attention. And the reason why I even bothered to make this video was because of a video that I've made that is going to turn a year old now, basically kind of like an anniversary, called Why Coworkers Are Not Your Friends. So this is basically similar to the whole coworker topic at hand, and I will obviously say this again. I don't care how many times I'm going to say it. Coworkers are not your friends. Their attitude, their behavior, their gossip proves exactly why.
Oh, but Mr. N.M.P.D, what if it was all jokes at the end of the day and it really wasn't all that kind of gossip?
No, it's not. That is definitely going to be the main excuse that these specific coworkers would love to use. And even the boss, if he really wanted to cover it up so bad, that he's gonna like play it off as if they're all jokes. All of it. Even the racism involved. Like, it's just disgusting, man. It really is just straight up disgusting. Until then, I'll see you guys next time.